Welcome to Wise Answered. On this channel, I'm going to fully unpack the WISE token for you so that you completely understand what it's all about, how it can benefit you, and how it's so different from any other thing in the crypto space. My name is John. I've been involved in cryptocurrencies since 2015. I've seen a lot. I've seen it all. I've had a lot of success, experienced a lot of failures, because cryptocurrencies still are in a stage where it is the wild, wild west, when you don't understand what it is that you're looking for and what you should be looking for. That's really a video for another time. What I wanted to do here in this video, just quickly introduce myself. But secondly, I went through a considerable amount of effort and will continue to develop content that's going to help you have all the light bulbs come on for you so that you really get and fully understand what WISE is really all about. So I created this website. It's called wiseanswered.com. And on this website, we will answer a lot of the frequently asked questions that start coming in. I've received a couple of them. One of them I will share with you in this video a little bit later. But I had the tremendous opportunity over this past weekend to actually sit down with Peter, a group of crypto enthusiasts that I'm involved with. I believe there was about 20 of us. And we had 2 hours with Peter. I knew the WISE token was something special before he came and talked with us, answered a lot of questions even that I had. I understand a substantial amount of this token already, what this ecosystem is going to be, and I think it's extremely important to help you understand it. But I've worked on a lot of other projects. I've done a lot of work in the crypto space. I've helped people unpack a lot of other crypto projects, help them develop videos and training materials and all of that. So I'm very well versed on educating people and helping them fully understand something. So a lot of the content that you're going to see on this channel will be surrounded in that type of a format. I'll do some very formal ones, have some videos that you can share to help other people understand it, because this is definitely a token that you're going to want to be involved in and you're going to want to promote. And I'm going to show you here just in a couple minutes exactly why you're going to want to get involved and why you're going to want to tell everybody about it. So I'm not going to go over this website here. You can, at your own leisure, go ahead, go to wiseanswered.com. This video obviously is going to be posted. I'll have a link in the banner at the top where you can jump directly to this website. But I want to show you another website that is linked to this, but I didn't want to have too much information just on this one website. If you go down here, these are just quick links that drop down to several things that will be contained in this website. But if you go all the way here to the bottom and you see WISE Simulator, if you click on that, you'll then jump to a secondary website. And on that website, it's called wisesimulator.com. I like to keep things simple. On this website, a lot of people, and I'm going to refer to this email that I received from an individual, a lot of people right now kind of don't understand what WISE token can do for them. So we can look at spreadsheets, we can talk in theory, but until we kind of start seeing some numbers and seeing how certain things start affecting a cause and effect method, we really don't fully understand it. So what I did was this is a simulator project. I'm going to show you here in just a second. But on this website, just go ahead and take a minute and kind of scroll down and see exactly what this is about. People, and I'll kind of just briefly mention this, on average, people are able to consume and understand information 60,000 times faster visually than they can textually. So if you were to read a book or you were to see a movie, that's why movies are so much more popular. That's why you're here on YouTube right now and not reading a book. You just simply, your eyes see it, your mind consumes the information 60,000 times faster than you seeing text, reading it, and having that information, whatever you read, process. So what I've done dozens of these simulators for other projects in the cryptocurrency space, and as soon as I saw Weiss and the light bulb came on to me about what was happening here, I knew that I was going to create a simulator for the Weiss token. So you can go down here and take a look at some information here is kind of important. And again, there are no, this is my first video here. This website just went up this weekend. So there's no frequently asked questions, but I'll absolutely start answering those. Submit your questions to wiseanswered@gmail.com. But let's open up the simulator, and I'm going to briefly talk to you about a very, very important concept to get started in this conversation around WISE. Liquidity and adoption are everything in a cryptocurrency. Adoption, thinking of Bitcoin. It has been adopted. It was the first cryptocurrency, obviously, and all of these altcoins, tokens, everything, all of the industry, right, has followed suit. But as far as adoption is concerned, which is extremely, extremely important, the platform, the cryptocurrency, the technology of Bitcoin is currently in a stage of adoption. But right now, the crown jewel, the gold standard in that adoption phase or process is Bitcoin. And that's why it has the highest market cap of any other cryptocurrency out there, any other project. It has the most money flowing into it. That means that it's the most liquid. People can get in and out of it, although everyone's hodling it right now, and that may change. But the point is that liquidity that's pouring into and now is still pouring into Bitcoin is what's allowing that price to continue to go up and up and up. And people are feeling very, very safe. It's been around for a while, and it truly is just the gold standard. What WISE is doing is something very, very similar. Because Bitcoin is 100% decentralized, no one owns it, there's no company behind it, there's no project behind it. It is just a technology, a currency, a store of value, many other things, but anyone can interact with it. WISE is doing exactly the same thing. What they've done is they've created a completely 100% decentralized project. They don't have admin keys. They don't have any access to the capital that people are sending in. Even that capital will be contained in contained in a liquidity pool on Uniswap. We'll get into all that. But the important thing to remember in this video and through what I'm going to show you right here and answer this email from this individual that sent me is the importance of liquidity. And so what's happening right now and in the next few days, the past few weeks, they have been taking reservations for days that they are now starting to allocate 5 million on average WISE tokens every single day over the next 50 days. That starts on November 11th and it ends on December 30th. During that period, people every single day will send in their Ethereum through their interface, through their website. And when they do that, that will reserve on that specific day that they allocated it for, however many people send in Ethereum on that day, the amount of Ys for that day, let's say it's 5 million, will be divided by the amount of Ethereum in there. Your portion of it and my portion of it and anyone's portion of those 5 million Ys tokens will be based on how much Ethereum as a percentage that we have in that specific day. And again, we'll get into strategies in a later video. But that's what's happening right now. What's happening is liquidity is pouring in, right? Value, funds, Ethereum is pouring in to this project. And at an increasing rate, I might add. So it's, again, very important to really take a look at this project. But here is the simulator is going to show you real quickly exactly what happens through this process of not only liquidity coming in during this reservation process, but after that, what happens over the next year. Now you'll see I'm kind of blocking on the bottom here on the right, but on the right side, you'll basically see your investment value increasing over time. And the bottom, it's months, goes from 1 to 12. Vertically, it's the value of this WISE Ethereum pair that comes together. So vertically, you have value, and horizontally, you have time. So right now, we haven't even started this. This starts basically on January. Consider it in your mind, starting on January 1st, what's going to happen with the graph that you're going to see on the right. But what we're going to talk about here, and let me go ahead and bring my cursor in here, is this market cap distribution in this video. What this is going to do is this is going to tell us the distribution between liquidity that comes in during this reservation period, and then at the end of, and it will be divided by December 30th when it ends, and then from there, when all of this liquidity goes on to Uniswap, and then people then can continue to add liquidity by buying WISE tokens, buying the WISE Ethereum pair on Uniswap over the next 12 months or through 2021. So if you look right here, you'll see WISE market capitalization and Uniswap initial launch liquidity. What this is again, this is during this 50-day launch period. So let's assume for a moment that $5 million comes in liquidity into WISE tokens by December 30th. Let's also assume under this WISE investment area, the current Ethereum USD value is $385. You can adjust this by clicking on the end arrows and it goes up and down by $5. You can click in the middle. I believe it goes up by, let's see, 35. Is that, let's see, $25. Excuse me. Or you can just go ahead and actually slide it along here. This is how these sliders will work on here. So let's see where we're at, 397. Okay, that's close enough for this example for what it is today. So $5 million has come in over the next 50 days. We can see the allocation here is all initial. That means that 100% of all the liquidity that came in by this light blue is all based on this initial launch liquidity. But let's go ahead and then say over the next year, an additional 5 million comes in, or they match whatever whatever came in during this initial 50-day period to what came over the next 12 months. Now, what starts happening? Well, the market cap goes up, and I'll explain this number later, but don't worry about it right now. It includes staking and several other things. But take a look at the allocation now. Because we basically have the same allocation, there's a total of $10 million that have come in, $5 million through this initial 50 days, $5 million through the next 12 months or through 2021. This allocation between the two is basically a 50-50 split between the two. But take a look at what this number is right here. And what this number is this is how many times your initial investment through this reservation period will multiply. So in this scenario right now, your initial investment will have multiplied 4 times, or you would have 4x'd your money. This is being shown down here. If we take a look at share price, again, in this simulation, this initial share price would be 2 cents if 5 million came in during this 50-day period, approximately. Again, this is a simulator that's approximating it. And then 4 times that would be 8 cents, or $397 times whatever the multiplier is here of 4xing your money. Then at the end of a year, it would equate to around $1,600. But what happens when more and more liquidity come in? Well, let's say over the next year, $10 million comes in, or another, or 15 million comes in, or even 20 million. Do you see what's happening here? This multiplier, right? You're 25xing your initial investment. This is the amount that initially came in, the 5 million. The 20 million here, right, is beginning to dominate. And why? How is that happening? It's because more and more liquidity is coming into the project, right? More adoption is occurring. More people are hearing about WISE, and they're fully understanding, or they're saying that, wow, I got in for 2 cents, right? And now all of my shares are worth 50 cents. Okay, this is how important adoption is. I hear Peter constantly saying on his videos over and over again, really how important that is, right? This is why marketing for him and for the WISE project and for all of us that are involved in it, again, is so important. This is why I've created these websites for you to see and fully understand. When the light bulb comes on, how important this is and how financially rewarding it can be for you, right? That story in and of itself tells itself, which is very, very important to understand. You can go to wisesimulator.com. You can download this simulator for free, and I will continue to work on and develop this simulator further as we go. When we get into the second part of next year, where we're going to start staking, but I don't want to confuse you with a ton of information, overloading you with information. Because if you just kind of sit down to watch one of these videos, Peter does a great job of explaining it, but there's so much information. I think the very, very important points, certainly with liquidity, with adoption, and with marketing, what this token can actually do is so, so very important. So that was an answer to a gentleman that emailed me and basically asked, listen, I basically have seen all these videos, but no one has come out and actually said and shown a simple calculation. This simulator does that. This simulator helps you with that simple calculation. And more importantly, it helps you to be able to explain it to others very, very easily, right? You can simply come to anybody, talk to your friends, family, anyone that you'd like. And you can show them, some basic simulation numbers, right? If you put 1 Ethereum into this, right? You're 25xing your 1 Ethereum. So here's one final thing on here that you can play with. It's actually kind of fun. What if over the next year Ethereum goes up in price? And that's where I've added this adjustment. This is the Ethereum USD change over the next year. Right now you can see it's 0. But if you click the up arrow, where it now increases by 5%, then you'll now see that a different trajectory of where your investment could be. What if it goes up 10%, 15%, 20%? Well, now take a look at the difference between if the price were to remain exactly the same over the next year, or if it were to increase. Again, this is what you're, potentially putting in, and this is what's happening at the very end. And I just reminded myself, this video is not financial advice in any way, shape, or form. I think that's pretty obvious. I say that right here. This is really for illustrative purposes only. This is just the math behind it. All right. So I appreciate your time. Appreciate you watching this video. Please subscribe to the channel. Like it. Hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified of future videos. I'm going to continue to put out content as quickly as possible. But this is the most important element of this project that you need to be concerned with right now. I hope this helps you. Download the simulator and play with it and wrap your mind around it. Get that light bulb to go off. And I'll see you on the next video.